What's going on, everybody, to the Duly Fates podcast. Welcome to what I'm lovingly calling Red Flag March, where we're watching a bunch of movies that are red flags if you say that they're your favorites. Which is not, good movies can be red flaggy, so there's nothing bad about that. But that's what we're gonna cover, basically all this week, all this month.
Is Interstellar a red flag movie?
It's starting to become one.
Oh, that's not good.
Because
Tell
science
the red
bros
flags
were like,
to leave my movie alone. Love that.
Well, it's more how people talk about it. It's like, if you don't get Interstellar, you don't deserve to like movies. It's like that.
No, it's just kind of complicated. And most of the people who say that, I feel like, don't actually get it.
No, they don't.
I would love to be the person that they try to say that to.
But say we have the Shawshank Redemption, which is weird that this has been co-opted by Red Flag brothers. I should keep seeing brothers.
Brother.
Yeah, I'm gonna get the Hogan in me.
Maybe don't do that.
Yeah, no, not anymore. But yeah, it's weird that this has been co-opted by Red Flag Bros because it's Red Pill Bros, just because it's so like progressive. Like in his commentary about like prison and reforming people.
Sure.
But like when I think of red flag people, it's like drugs, alcohol, murder, like that type of thing. And they're like,
I mean, there's some murder here.
Well, yeah, but like they're like, I'm like, what's his fucking name? I can't.
Some other not good things. Who?
Yeah. The main character, not Red.
Andy Dufresne?
Yeah, Dufresne, thank you. They're like, I'm like just like Dufresne. I'm like, really?
Probably not.
No, probably not. Geek, what have you thought about this classic film?
I don't feel like I should be allowed to say it within the first 5 minutes. You keep talking.
Is it a bad thing or a good thing? I don't like how you're not answering my question.
I think people are gonna be upset.
Oh, they're definitely gonna be upset with both of us on this episode.
That's what I said before we started when you said you were gonna make people upset. So why are you gonna make people upset?
Because it's not a perfect film. Everyone's like, this is like one of the greatest films of all time. This is a solid film. I enjoyed it. I was a good movie, but I don't understand how people were like, this is like top 5 of all time.
Yeah, that's fair. All right, fuck it. I don't think it was a bad movie, but we were talking the other day.
Yeah.
I don't remember what movie we were talking about, but we were talking about, how the worst thing a movie can do is make you bored.
Yeah.
I was so fucking bored through like half this movie, maybe even more.
Really?
Yeah, dude. I'm sorry. 90% of it didn't need to exist to tell this story.
Do you people watch?
Not really.
You don't like just sit on a hill like at like a big massive event and just like watch people move?
No, I have my own shit going on.
Oh, well, when I go to like big like concert events or like, festivals and stuff like that, I will sit on a hill for like 10-20 minutes and just watch people move because I enjoy how like watching the human brain work. Gotcha. And that's kind of like why I feel like I enjoyed this a little bit more than you did then.
Sure.
Because a lot of this is kind of just the human brain working through trauma of some sort.
Sure. I feel like this was a very long movie.
It's very bloated, yes.
And I feel like you could have made this normal movie length, and
yeah, you probably could have hit 2 hours. Fine.
Because how long is it exactly?
2:22, I believe.
Dude, I think you could go like Captain America with it. Go like an hour 45. You could. There's a lot of shit that you could cut, and nobody would feel any different about this movie, except for people like me who didn't like it, who would say it's better now.
Brave New World's 2 hours flat.
Is it?
Buddy.
I thought it was one. Yeah. No, it's not.
Hey, that's what it says.
Yeah, I don't accept that because that's counting the credits. I don't accept.
Oh, you're talking credits. Okay, then
Yeah.
then
No, I just mean
Shawshank's probably like 2:15 then.
right. I know. So cut it down by like 30 minutes. Just trim off some fat.
30
here.
is crazy.
It's really not.
Where would you cut the 30?
I don't know.
Like,
I feel like we don't need 4 different scenes of the sisters and Andy. I don't feel like that was
that's
needed.
fair. Uh-huh.
Like that added a bunch of time for no reason. And there's a bunch of like, I don't know. I don't want to I don't know how to say it. Like just weird, I don't know. I don't know how much we needed of Andy doing people's taxes and like you need some of that. We don't need. I swear to God, we were in the library doing taxes for 35 minutes. This is fucking stupid.
It's like maybe 5.
Yeah, it should be like maybe 2. Like I feel like you can just basically everything until like the last 35 minutes of this movie, you could just take every scene and trim it down by about half and it wouldn't lose any of what makes the movie good. It would just lose a bunch of bloat.
Yeah.
And like I said, I don't think this movie's bad. I just got bored.
I think this movie took a lot of time to breathe when it isn't a type of movie that needs to breathe.
Yeah.
Like Captain America, like we'll go back to it because that's like one of our more recent reviews. It needed a moment to breathe in between like those high impact scenes, but like the only time I think you really need to breathe in this is like right after the greaser dies. Like maybe that.
Yeah.
But like other than that, I don't feel like I need to breathe at all of this. I enjoy it. It's just it takes too much time to relax.
Yeah. I think, like I said, I don't think this was a bad movie at all.
No.
But like that, it's the greatest film of all time type shit. It's like, no, not even kind of.
No, I can name a lot better movies.
And I don't know. It helped. Has Morgan Freeman just always been
Old.
95?
I've seen the same thing.
Like,
I've seen that exactly.
my God.
This
Like,
came out 31 years ago, so
yeah. Like, now I gotta like go see if there are any pictures on Google.
of young Freeman.
Apparently there are. He still just looks
Oh, yeah.
old. All right.
So, Geek.
Is Morgan Freeman just like God? Like,
Yeah, we should know.
actually?
But have you never seen what's it called Evan Almighty or Bruce Almighty? Which
Yeah,
one?
one of those. They're the same thing, but they're the same, but they're not the same.
They're not.
They're the
One's
same.
really good.
Well, from a
Bruce
certain
Almighty
point
is.
of view.
I think it's Jim Carrey. It's really good. Geek, would it surprise you that this film won Best Picture, Best Actor, Best Adapted Screenplay, Best Score, Best Cinematography, Best Film Editing, and Best Sound Mixing?
That's a lot of awards.
That is
Okay.
7.
So, I mean, I feel like it could be a Best Picture type movie, depending on what else came out that year.
I would
Because,
look at
like,
the
I don't know.
nominations.
There's years like, I don't know. I saw you and Jake talking about this year where, like, if it's like, if this movie came out this year, it should probably win Best Picture.
So I know this year is super. Yeah. So here are like some of the other actors in the leading role. Tom Hanks won for Forrest Gump. John Travolta, Pulp Fiction. I know that Little Woman came out, one of the better one Little Woman versions. Jurassic Park came out this year. Lion King came out this year. It was literally a like a thick year in cinema, and this got a fuck done. Is this the wrong year?
I think maybe.
I might be in the wrong year.
This movie came out in 1994, but I think that means it would have been the 95.
I'm looking at the 95 Oscars.
Okay, then it would be the 95 ones, I think. But, okay, so it was just nominated for all those. It didnit win them. Because Best Picture went to Forrest Gump. Best Actor went to Tom Hanks and Forrest Gump.
Yes, it was nominated. It was still, I apologize. Google was lying to me because Google sucks now.
True. So did it win any awards?
It might. Wow.
I'm not seeing any.
The Lion King won, which best original score.
Best film ending, Forrest Gump. Interesting.
Best Picture won by Forrest Gump, which I don't agree with that, but all right.
I don't know. I like Forrest Gump.
It's good.
It's a good movie. If you gave me the option, like...
Beat a 2-time Oscar winner? Holy shit.
You gave me the option 2 weeks from now to watch Shawshank again or Forrest Gump. I'm picking Forrest Gump every time.
Well, yeah, I would probably agree with you there.
So there you go. That's who should have won. I guess that's not fair. I've never seen the other 3 movies, but...
What are the other 3?
I've never heard of the other 2 of them. 4 Weddings and a Funeral. Never heard of it. Quiz Show. Never heard of it. And Pulp Fiction, which I've just never watched.
Well, you will.
Oh, spoiler.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert. But I don't know. Like, okay, at least it didn't win 7 Oscars. I might have lost my shit. It is not that good.
Well, Emilio Perez is nominated for fucking 13. I want to kill myself. Every time I read that.
I don't know who that is, but okay.
It's a bad movie.
Oh. Okay. Jesus. IMDb ratings wise, Shawshank is a 9.3 out of 10.
What the fuck,
It
man?
is rated as what the fuck? I'm trying to figure out where it was.
I'll look at the Rotten Tomatoes score.
So no, they like did a ranking thing, but it doesn't work. Because it's saying that the highest rated movie of all time is a 6.9 out of 10. Like it's just actually like their website's broken. Shocker.
Oh, love that.
So I no longer trust this, like where it says it sits at like 53rd all time. I don't believe that. It's probably higher.
Best movies of all
I know people put it in that list for some reason.
Shawshank's 1. And IMDb's top 250.
Oh. Interesting.
Yeah, it literally says 1. And then The Godfather. Then The Dark Knight, which is... Okay.
Interesting. I don't know. Like, I get very...
It talks about a lot.
This is why I hate, like, prison shows or cop shows or whatever. Because at the very beginning of the movie, when he gets convicted of murder, you forgot a jury has to exist. Why is the judge getting to play God? He just decided. The judge just decided he was guilty. No, they were still arguing it. That's my point.
This is 1940s Maine.
Doesn't matter.
Don't give a shit on Maine back then.
The jury of your peers thing has been a thing since our country became a thing. So
that is true. Actually, no, years after that, but yeah.
Sure. Well, I thought not really, but not important. Not actually important in the context of what we're talking about. But also, they have 0 evidence that he did it. They're just like, he's the husband and she was cheating. It must have been him.
What evidence are you looking for?
Lots of things. I don't know. It would be nice to know. I'm sorry. Maybe I'm misremembering.
The scene. They said there was bullets on the scene from his pistol that he owns.
Can you prove that the casings are mine? Just because I own a 38, there is more than one 38 on the planet.
I know, but it's also like motive, and the alcohol was there, and he was found being drunk at that point in time. So there's like it barely lines up, but this is 1940s trial.
I don't
This is not going to
care.
go.
I guarantee you, I haven't passed the bar, but I guarantee you I would get a not guilty verdict by the way, you know.
Nowadays, yeah.
Even then, I guarantee it.
Without fingerprints, without, cameras and...
Hold on. Well, cameras existed.
What? I mean, video cameras. And fingerprints didn't get used as an OJ trial. No, I'm lying. That's DNA.
I was going to say, that's just not.
No, I lied. That's DNA. But fingerprints is like weird.
I'm trying to figure it out. Like, when did...
Fingerprint.
I don't trust the AI overview. I need an article. I need an article.
Don't trust AI.
Interesting. Apparently fingerprinting developed thousands of years ago, which is interesting. That wouldn't mean you'd be able to, like, if you in your specific town didn't have somebody's fingerprints already. But like, that's the thing. They would be able to get his fingerprints and whatever fingerprints are on the casings. Which
he dropped his casings at the scene.
Well, no, he would have dropped bullets, not casings. If he didn't fire them.
I don't know gun shit, but I'm just saying.
Very different. The casings are from fired bullets. So you can pick up some of the casings and some of the bullets and check the fingerprints, and when they don't match, oh, not guilty. It's that simple. Like, and that was a thing that could have been done. It's one of those things where for most people it's fine, but for me, I watched it and it pisses me off because none of it is kind of how it works.
Yeah.
And that bugs me. That drives me insane.
Understandable.
So there's a real complaint, I guess.
It's funny because I think in that beginning scene where they're like, you don't look sad about this. Even if your wife was cheating you, you still have some, like, if she's dead, she's dead. Like,
See, and to me, it's not that he didn't look sad. He just looked dead inside.
Well, yeah, and if
which to me is like sad. Like, yeah, he's not bawling like a baby. He just looks like his entire life got destroyed. That feels about right.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't think he was some cold blood. Now, if he would have been in there smiling and laughing, then now we got to talk.
Yeah. I get it.
But I'm trying to think of anything else that bugged me. Before we talk about things that it did well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, I got distracted reading an IMDb review, and it hurts.
What did it say? What did it say? It's coming out of your brain.
It just says, "Don't rent Shawshank. I'm trying to save you money. This is the last film title you should consider borrowing. Renting Shawshank will cost you $5. Just plunk down the $25 and own the title. You'll wind up going back to this gem time and time again. This is one of the few movies that are truly timeless. It's entertaining and moving, no matter how many times you view it." I would bet I never watch this movie again.
Moving is not a word I give it. Entertaining, surely.
Yeah.
Moving, no.
No.
Like, it talks about a lot of things that are, like, important, like prison reform and, like, rehabilitation and, like, just, like, redemption. I mean, and I know it's entitled, but, like, it talks about, like, actual problems in our society and everything like that. It does a good way of talking about it, but, like, I've watched other movies that just move me a lot more when it talks about the same type of shit.
Yeah. And also, I don't know. I'm not going to go there, actually. We'll just leave it. I don't know. It talks about prison reform. No, it just talks about how shitty prisons are. It doesn't give a singular idea
Well, no, but
prison reform would be actually having an idea to make prisons better. That's not what happened. Not even kind of in this movie.
No, but it's discussing like
how bad prisons are.
Is prison actually reforming a person, or is it just a punishment?
It's just a punishment. It always has been, and that's why prisons don't make sense for half the people put there.
But the idea, and even the board is like, you're here for reformation, not like that's the idea around prisons. You're supposed to reform, not.
Because it's like, I don't know, most crime, I think you should just like probably not be in prison. You probably just need like therapy. Most crime.
I mean,
violent crime's different, but violent crime, I think you should just get locked up and we throw away the key. Sorry.
I'm not going to disagree with you completely there. There's so many intricacies and like case by case basis that I would be like,
oh, well, yeah, if we really, but I just mean like as a like broad scope, if you just like are murdering people, like, sorry, man, I don't think there's coming back from that.
I don't know, man. There's some people who are very popular in the news lately that
I really thought you were just going to bring up Tarnath.
No, I was going more political or less D&D.
Yeah. I don't know. Morgan Freeman in this movie's good. Is that surprising?
Oh, he's fantastic. Yeah, it's Morgan Freeman. Morgan Freeman, and like, there's like a few actors I can name off the top of my head that are like, if he's in a movie, or he or she's in a movie, it instantly like makes the movie 10 times better.
Yeah, fair.
Like him, Denzel, like automatically make movies a lot better than they should be.
Jeez, insane. During the apparently, I got distracted and I'm looking at the trivia.
Your ADHD, yeah.
But apparently that opening scene where Red's throwing a baseball, like the Andy and Red's opening chat in the prison yard, Red's throwing that baseball, it took 9 hours to film because Frank Darabont insisted on many takes of the scene before he was satisfied. So Morgan Freeman threw a baseball for the entire 9 hours. And he showed up to work the next day with his left arm in a sling.
Yeah. It's the bit, I guess.
And you know what's fucked? They probably used the first shot of that scene.
Oh, probably. Yeah. I know this is the director's first movie, and he didn't do another movie for a long, long time.
Really?
Like, this is his first, like, directing, I should say. Not, he did the movies, like, he was part of them.
Like, he's only directed 12 movies. He's got one upcoming. Oh. He works on he's directing 2 episodes of Stranger Things.
Mm-hmm.
Weird. So, no, his first, oh, no, that's a short, and that's a TV movie. That's just a video. I don't know what that means. But okay, this was his first big movie. And then he did The Green Mile. That's a way better movie.
Oh, it is. He also was the showrunner for The Walking Dead.
No, he directed 1 episode.
The showrunner, Geek. The showrunner.
Was he? No.
Yes. What movie did he do? Yeah.
Was he? No.
Yes, he's the showrunner for The Walking Dead.
Oh wow, he was. Okay. He was for like season 1 and parts of season 2.
So the good season's good. Got it.
I mean, The Walking Dead I thought it was pretty okay until weirdly right about when Negan showed up, and then it really just Negan. I loved the addition of Negan, but it just kind of really not. Yeah, we are way.
Well, it's the guy running the fucking show. I'm gonna be so fucking real with you. I stopped watching the moment I found out who Negan killed.
That's fair. Basically, same.
It was just like, nope, I'm done. I'll pass.
I wish they would have left it that way, but I loved the build up to just having it be Abraham. I did. Because that was the first person who got. That was the person that everybody was waiting for to find out who it was. It was just Abraham.
Negan killed 2 people.
I know. I'm saying I wish it would have only been the first one.
Oh yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. All right.
You fuck. Listen to the words I say.
Someone's an asshole.
Yeah, you, because you don't listen.
Yeah, I don't listen ever. That's when I was in grade school. My teachers used to complain a lot about me not listening, just kind of tripping the gun.
I can tell.
Anyways,
Apparently Clint Eastwood, Harrison Ford, Paul Newman, Gene Hackman, Robert Redford, and Robert Duvall were all considered for the part of Red.
a lot of Redford. Like, I'm sorry, you said like Red like 4 times.
Nope, all of twice.
Well, all I needed. A lot of old men who are old now. What?
Don't let the idiots see this movie now, or know that there was a book it was based on. Because in the book, Red was a middle-aged white Irishman with graying red hair.
He does say he's Irish in the movie,
but he is very much not that.
Oh, it's not like changing a character's ethnicity that doesn't do all too much, and it just makes it could make it even better because it's a black man in prison.
Well, just don't show the people, because suddenly this is a DEI movie and we can't have that. That's a joke.
No. Oh no.
That's a joke. /S, you fucking morons.
Get a TikTok ready.
Yeah, dude. Don't make that the TikTok. My God. I don't know what you're making the TikTok. Don't make that the TikTok. Apparently nobody misses our old TikToks where we did the same thing as Curb Stomp.
Curb Stomp isn't getting much love with that stuff, so
yeah. People like the episodes. They don't care about dumb guesty actors, which is fair because
you're bad.
Well, yes. I don't know what people have done. I can name like.
You also haven't. We could probably give you a list of movies, and out of out of the 250 greatest movies of all time, I think you may watch like maybe 30.
Maybe. Now I'm gonna go
maybe.
count. I'm intrigued.
We watched Shawshank and The Dark Knight. I know that for sure.
Are you sure I've seen Shawshank or The Dark Knight? What if I'm just reading a synopsis?
Oh, dude, you're fucking,
What if I just read the book and now I'm really upset?
Black man.
No. 1, 2. Hey, Lord of the Rings, that's 3. Other Lord of the Rings, that's 4. Forrest Gump, that's 5. Lord of the Rings, that's 6. Inception, I only watched that because of this show. That's 7. So through the first 14, I've watched half.
Wow.
Star Wars, that's 8. Interstellar, that's 9. 7, that's 10. That felt weird to say. 7, that's 10. Saving Private Ryan, that's 11. The Green Mile's 12. Star Wars, great. That's 13.
There's 2 Star Wars?
Yeah.
I don't know why I said like a Bostonian.
Spider-Verse, that's 14. Alien, that's 15.
That's because you watched it for the show.
Yeah, that's been most of these. Infinity War's 15. Spider-Verse is 16.
Cross is also in there?
They're both in there.
That's crazy.
17 for The Dark Knight, 18 for Toy Story, 19 for Avengers Endgame. Endgame made this list.
I don't agree with that, but all right.
Toy Story 3 is 20, 21 with all 3 of the original trilogy are in there. So I've seen like 23 out of the top 100 on the list. But then
so it's a lot higher than I thought. There's a lot of Marvel in there for some reason.
Yeah. The Marvel and Star Wars really putting in a lot of work.
Speaking of Star Wars, Revenge of the Sith comes out on re-release.
I know.
You're not gonna be able to see it, are you?
Probably not. I'm sure it won't show up in my local theater.
Get fucked.
I found a couple places that I really like. There's one place I want to move where maybe I can convince you to just pay for the. I'm just kidding, but you know the AMC thing. I don't remember
If
what.
Jake pays half, I'll pay half.
There you go. Because it's like 3 blocks to an AMC theater from the one place I
Not bad.
found. I was like, that's walkable. That could cost me no money if I just sneak in my own snacks.
Jesus.
I kind of did that the other day, except not really. But then they overcharged me anyways.
They overcharge.
Well,
They're like, yeah, we see the snacks.
So I wanted a small popcorn and a
Worth the
collector's
fantastic.
cup at the
Yes.
Captain America movie, and they gave me the collector's popcorn bucket. I think I paid those fuckers enough. That hunk of plastic is not worth $32. Let me tell you.
I don't know, man. It looks pretty cool.
It looks all right. But no,
Which is-
so I bought popcorn and a drink. I just snuck in a candy that they don't even sell there.
Well, I think it's funny because that Scream popcorn bucket was like $15. It's like right behind me.
Oh, yeah. I was like, that's just a mask, not a popcorn
Not
bucket.
the mask.
Yeah.
The popcorn
Farther
bucket is
back
right
there, yeah.
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 Anyways, Shawshank.
Oh,
Such
yeah,
a
that's what
long-
we're talking about.
Man, that was like why you took me so long to like be like, yes, I'm gonna sit down and watch this, because it's like 2.5 hours is a long time to commit to a movie that I'm not fully like gonna be invested in. Because like these movies will be like, we're gonna watch the movie, I'll sit down, I'd be super excited to be like, let's revisit this, let's see if I actually still enjoy it, or like, am I gonna have to tear into this? There's a lot of those movies we sit down and I walk into them, but like this seems like it's a prison movie, 2.5 hours long. That's a little rough.
Yeah.
Like subject matter in the first place, and it didn't make it better. But yeah, I agree with your previous point. Like, there's a lot of scenes that could be cut. Like, I'm thinking about it. Like, Andy sits a lot in the warden's office, talking and doing stuff. Like, sure, that sets up the ending scene a little bit, but like, you could show one of those scenes, and then it's like, okay,
Yeah.
we get it.
Or even 2, not 7.
And I also think I know it's like supposed to be like the reveal is that he was digging this whole time and he pulled this scheme on the warden to like steal his money and like do it, whatever. But we don't see any of that. Like, he mentions like the scheme, like to get away from taxes.
Yeah.
But like, we don't get to see the digging. We don't get to like there's like bits and pieces, but it's never like the bits and pieces ever come together or anything that show us, hey, this is what he's actually doing.
Also, I don't like, at the end of the movie, it gets described, the little hammer gets described as worn down to almost the nub, and then it's not worn down at all. That was really weird. You could have at least tried. And second, it took 20 years to dig that hole, supposedly.
No, that took way too long.
Yeah, I get, well, he had to get rid of the pieces of wall, but maybe then don't show how flimsy that fucking wall was.
Yeah.
If you want to say it took 20 years. I feel like that wall with that tool, less than a year, I'm out.
Well, I'm also thinking like, you also have to make it so your shoulders and everything fit. I mean, I guess you're gonna lose a lot of weight because like prison food and everything like that, but like your shoulders don't really shrink, so you're gonna have to get into that hole and you got to make it shoulder length, and I don't see it happening.
Right. I don't know.
And would you crawl through nearly a half mile of shit?
If it meant getting out of prison, sure.
Can't be that bad.
I don't think we watched the same movie.
Brooks and Red wanted to stay in prison, so
Yeah, because they'd been there so long.
yeah, they've been institutionalized.
Yeah.
The mental condition. Anyways, I mean, yeah, it's bad, but it's not good. It's not a good place to be. It's not like people get shot and beat or whatever, you know.
Yeah, shot for telling the truth. Yeah. I mean, shit, they almost killed Andy just because he existed. They almost chucked him off a roof, but then he got beer for his friends.
Yeah. I don't know. a lot of this movie feels like a lot of short stories put together,
Kinda, yeah.
and to make one big story instead of like a single like thread that keeps going.
Yeah.
I get why people like it. I don't see the greatest movie of all time talking in it when I watch it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Geeks reading.
Not about this movie. I got distracted with.
Wow, bro's getting distracted.
Is that surprising?
We haven't even made it an hour yet. That's why
Dude, we haven't even made it 40 minutes.
We haven't made it 40.
No.
God, if they see the timestamp and it's less than like at least 50, they're gonna kill us.
Yeah, we'll keep it going, I guess. Interesting.
I thought the guy was Woody Harrelson, not the I can't remember his name.
What?
Just one of the guys that takes the bets at the beginning. That's also like in the rest of the movie. I thought that was Woody Harrelson for some reason for like a good chunk of it.
Never saw that, but
No,
okay.
his name is William Sadler. I don't know. My brain was like that kind of looks like fucking Woody Harrelson. Mr. Krabs in this. I kept hearing it every so often, and it just made me giggle. It made me laugh a few times, but I kept hearing it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Apparently in the book they actually watch The Lost Weekend instead of Gilda, but a different company owned the rights to Gilda. A different company owned the rights to The Lost Weekend, which actually works out because Gilda is a movie with Rita Hayworth, and that poster is important in the book.
Well, the original book is called Rita Hayworth and the Shawshank Redemption.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
That's what it says at the beginning.
Oh, well.
Is Rita Hayworth in the Lost Weekend?
No.
No.
So for some reason, that movie never had a tie to. The movie never had a tie to the poster. That was a thing for. Just the movie, I guess.
It's called Rita Hayworth: The Shawshank Redemption.
Oh. The $370,000 Andy stole from the warden may not seem like a huge amount, but it's the equivalent of $3 million today. Nice.
I mean, nowadays that's not that much. When you have a $430 billion person on this planet.
Yeah, but give me $3 million, I'd never have to work another day in my life.
Exactly.
So I'm chilling.
This is who you talk to, and who's gonna do it? But
Interesting,
yeah.
Apparently, Frank Darabont wanted to end the film on the same open, ambiguous note as the novel, with Red on the bus heading for Mexico and hopefully to Andy. He wanted to avoid a commercial, sappy ending where the two reunite.
I would have preferred that.
Really?
I didn't like the sappy ending. I was like, okay, give us a happy ending in this movie that's not supposed to be like super happy. It's like, maybe think a little bit. Maybe theorize a little bit.
I don't want to, because if you leave it open, that just means they make another one.
You cut like 5 fucking minutes off this fucking runtime at least.
I think you'd cut like 37 seconds, because it cuts from the bus to him walking the beach to a hug to the credits.
Yeah, his hat gets blown off though.
Okay.
That made me sad. I honestly saw that. I'm like, that's more sad than anything.
That's tough. I don't know. Like, I know we've talked a lot of shit. I don't think it was a bad movie. I just don't think it was great.
It was solid. I will give it a nice solid.
It's fine.
And I think we're talking mostly shit about it because everyone's like greatest movie of all time, and we're
Yeah.
like, good
Well,
film.
that's why it's gonna sound like talking shit when that's not what's happening.
Good film.
Like everybody calls this a 10 out of 10. So if I sit here and say like it's not, what would you rate this movie?
I would say I don't like doing like 7.7, but like between 7.5 and an 8 if I was gonna give it a number scale.
See, I was gonna say just a 7. So
I would say it's above average.
yeah,
And getting close to that, like, great. Probably wouldn't rewatch this area again.
yeah. Like we're not talking about The Lighthouse here, where we're like it's boring and it sucked and I never want to see it again. It's just like
I don't think we tore into the lighthouse that much.
What?
I don't think we tore into the lighthouse that much.
Oh yeah, we did.
I'm pretty sure we just like
the entire review is us saying we don't like it, maybe because we don't get it, but like
yeah,
I don't know.
I mean, we've torn in movies before, better or worse, like War of the Worlds.
Yeah, that was a bad movie.
It's one of the most highest reviewed episodes.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Apparently, this movie had a $25 million budget.
That's nice.
Wow, and it grossed $29 million worldwide.
Only 29 million?
Yep.
It barely made back its budget?
Yep.
What? No fucking way.
So is this actually just a cult classic? I'm reading what's written here.
Is IMDb lying to you?
It maybe. I'm just reading what IMDb's I'm just putting down what I'm picking up, man.
What the fuck? That's so fucking surprised. I'm genuinely like,
bro is
puzzled.
taken aback.
Yeah. Shawshank. I'm looking up another source. Box office.
Bro's trying to find another source.
No,
he doesn't like this source.
No, I just want to double check the fucking number.
Bro just doesn't believe.
It genuinely made only $28 million.
That's insane.
For one of the films that are called like the greatest of all time. I get that was 1994 and it wasn't like a big boom of movies, but like I don't know, man. That's fucking crazy. All right, I guess.
Yeah. It's on its opening weekend. It didn't even make $1 million.
Was that Nolan back then though? Let's look up Jurassic Park.
I don't want to look. No. How about we go the movie that won the Oscar that year?
Forrest Gump.
Yeah. Forrest Gump opening weekend made $24 million.
Jeez.
Forrest Gump grossed almost $700 million.
I'm literally taking like this is the biggest surprise. Like we've talked about a lot of movies, and we've talked about movies that we walked into thinking it's gonna be great, and like this is shit, and we walked out movies like thinking this was gonna be shit, this is gonna be great. I'm genuinely surprised by that fucking number more than anything else we've talked about. Because what the fuck do you mean it only made $28 million?
What was the other movie that was on the list? Quiz Show?
Yeah.
All right. Hey, that's got, well, Ralph Fiennes? Oh, him.
Yeah.
Voldemort. Oh, well, that movie made about the same as Shawshank.
But we don't really know that movie.
Right.
Have you heard of it before today? No. So
what was the other one? I mean, there was Pulp Fiction, and then there was Quiz Show, and I already forgot.
Best Picture.
Yeah. 1995. Who
I
was
spelled that
that?
here.
Okay, I'm really questioning how this movie gained so much popularity.
4
What?
weddings and a funeral.
4 weddings and a what?
Funeral.
And a funeral. With Hugh
Pretty sure it's a
Grant.
comedy.
It's
Yes.
got Hugh Grant.
People are thinking Hugh Grant's sexy nowadays.
Oh, this movie
Looks like a
made.
heretic.
Oh, opening weekend, this movie made nothing. It made $138,000, but it grossed 245 million worldwide. So, um,
Is Shawshank a cult classic at this point now?
it has to actually be because it
has to be
flopped.
classified that. Yeah, I can't even be like, no, it didn't flop because he made money back. That's a flop. You didn't make your marketing back, probably.
I don't know. Well, maybe that was the problem. They didn't market it, so they made $4 million, but it's also like,
Oh,
why did Shawshank flop at box office? Can somebody does the internet know? Heavy competition, lack of female characters, the unpopularity of prison films, and a confusing title, according
there
to
was
Screen
heavy
Rant.
because I remember there's this fun fact that came out a while ago that in 1990 the summer or it's like the fall of 1994 that you could watch Pulp Fiction, Jurassic Park, Forrest Gump, and Shawshank Redemption all in theaters.
That wasn't. It's
and gagged.
The 29 million. I don't know where that got added, but the initial theatrical run only managed to make $16 million back.
Brother,
it actually failed. They had to re-release it to get over. What the fuck?
I have to blame like the competition because Jurassic Park and like Pulp Fiction were out this year. Like, I have to blame that to be the only reason this had to like have this big of a failure and be still considered one of the greatest of all time. I don't understand the box office.
Apparently, there were no. There was no marketing, according to. So Morgan Freeman himself said the only real marketing that it got was word of mouth. He told the Graham Norton show in 2017, although people went to see Shawshank and they came back and said, oh man, I saw this really terrific movie. It's called Shank Sham Shimshot. This was his quote. Just like, I mean, that's fair.
Yeah. I guess
one lady saw me in an elevator one time and said, oh, I loved you in Hudsucker Reduction.
If you aren't really into film, yeah, I guess this would be a hard thing to remember, so you just kind of put words together.
Hudsucker Reduction. Incredible, dude.
Oh. That number absolutely fucking out of nowhere. Yeah,
so it found its life in the home video market with its release on VHS. It became the most rented video in 1995.
Over Pulp Fiction?
Yeah.
That's kind of surprising because again, Frat Pro Summer.
So.
And Jurassic Park. That's even more I'm not even more surprising. That's surprising as well. Just okay. Huh. I want to know if anyone's watching this review and has made it to this point of us slamming Shawshank.
Yeah, that's like we talked some shit, but that makes no sense.
Especially with like the praise it gets.
Yeah. Dude.
By the way, like the Rotten Tomatoes was like 89% for critics, which means 89% of critics liked it, and like 94% for audience.
Yeah.
Which is surprising that audiences liked it more than critics, because this feels much more like a critic film.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Big yawn.
Dude, I'm barely awake still. I woke up an hour ago.
That's okay, Pookie.
It was bad. I like woke up and I'm like, oh, my alarm hasn't gone off yet. Did I really only sleep for like 4 hours? Then I looked at my phone, and it was 5 minutes after we were supposed to start recording, and I went, "Oh fuck!"
And I was sitting here on time for once.
Yeah, that's not normally how this goes. Normally, I'm sitting here waiting on his dumbass.
God damn, Shawshank, solid film, but what the fuck?
Yeah,
Both
I'm
that
so
number
shocked
and
by that. That's insane.
absolutely. Anything else you want to say about the Shawshank Redemption or the Shawshank?
The Hudsucker reduction. That's so stupid. Oh,
Oh,
that's so stupid.
I
love it.
love people when they're dumb brains.
The Hudsucker reduction. Let's go.
You got nothing else to say
Oh,
about it?
nice. I wanted to. I'm scrolling through the IMDb because,
Yeah.
Again, you said you feel like we'll get judged. We barely hit the 50-minute mark, so we got.
I think at least as long as we get 50, we're fine.
Yeah.
You read the IMDb in what?
So there were some weird goofs. Apparently, I never noticed because I wasn't paying that much attention. But when the friend of the warden bribes him with the pie,
Yeah.
the pie is shown to be in a disposable aluminum pan. But
Yeah.
when Andy and Red are eating it, the pan is now made of like strong metal. It's just a reusable metal one. It's a reusable metal one instead of a disposable one. It just
Did not
changed.
catch that.
Nope.
Wasn't really paying attention to the pie, more paying attention to the money that was inside the fucking pie's casing.
When Red and Andy meet for the first time, an extra is seen behind each of them. It's the same scene, but the lines were filmed at different times, so the extra is wearing different shirts. Like, as it cuts to different things.
You know, I was surprised about. I don't know what the costume designer was thinking about giving the fucking prisoner belts. They wear belts in prison.
Yeah.
They don't wear belts in prison.
Yeah, well, they also don't wear jeans in prison anymore, so.
Well, not anymore, but no. But back then, they should not be wearing belts either because
they definitely probably were.
Suicide. I'm looking at 1947.
Prison outfit.
Prison outfit. Yep. No, they were wearing what you think like the black and white, pajama things. That's what they were wearing. And when the Chicago, like not the Chicago, one of the pictures of the Shawshank. The Chicago Redemption.
The Chicago Redemption. That'll never happen.
No, it will happen. We'll get back to the Super Bowl one day.
No.
Yeah, no, it's black and white,
Yeah, weird. I don't know, man.
I'm telling you, man.
Yeah.
Belts are never allowed with that shit.
Belts, I mean, I don't know. It's not even the belts that confuse me. The more confusing one is, why is Red allowed to have suspenders? I feel like that's worse. Because they'd be longer.
That's true. Well, I've never worn suspenders. I don't know.
I haven't either.
People in Wyoming.
I've seen people wear them.
You live in Wyoming. You definitely have.
Wow. Haywood shown listening to 24 of Hank Williams' greatest hits, which released in 1970, and that scene supposedly took place in 1963.
Nice.
Yeah.
I love how shortly Marilyn Monroe is the thing, because he gets it in 58
they
or
show
59.
him getting the Marilyn Monroe one, but then they don't show him switching that. Like, it just is switched the next time we see the poster. They made such a point of showing every switch except for from Marilyn Monroe to the last one for some reason.
I have no when did he
that's
escape?
what I mean by the dumb shit in this movie. Why did we show all 4 of the first changes of poster, but not the final one that mattered? Because suddenly there's just a new poster. Like, that's kind of stupid.
It's Andy. I put Frank. What the fuck am I doing?
What is? Oh yeah. Also, does Castle Rock Entertainment exist still?
Yes, I believe so. Because it gets prison 1966. I mean, Marilyn dies in 1962, or I think that's the
Right.
year. At least.
No, it makes sense that they switched the poster. They just never show it switching.
Yeah.
Which is really
know why.
stupid.
It's quite odd.
Relaunch. Oh, in May of 2020. Oh, so they just relaunched Castle Rock.
Really?
Yeah, they relaunched it on October 1st of 2020.
I feel like I watched a movie recently that they did. Oh. I mean, they did Polar Express.
Yeah, I was gonna say, when was their last thing? So they got bought by Warner Bros.
Yeah.
So Turner Broadcasting, Time Warner. Castle Rock got integrated into Warner Bros. Got its production to 5 films per year. Incredible. And then in 1997, Castle Rock's staff was reduced to 60 employees, and Castle Rock International was folded into Warner Bros. So
I
it
got
was
some lines. Like, you know, I mean, they have a few films in 2010. Like,
weird. Weird.
I mean, I've seen one of those, so I won't completely lie. And for like 2020s, they haven't released it. They've released 2 films in 5 years. So they're hitting that 5 films per year mark.
Damn. That's tough.
It is really tough.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, they've done good movies in the past, so.
They've made mostly shit movies, though, if we're honest.
I'm saying they've made good movies in the past. I didn't say they are making good movies.
No, I mean, even in the past, though, they made mostly shit movies.
Yeah, but I'm saying like they've made
some good ones.
Yeah, in film you're gonna hit more stinkers than great films. You know, that's why like things like the Marvel Universe is like so surprising.
Right. Because there's not that many actual like trash.
Yeah. Like the trash, but like it's not like.
Well, no, there's trash and then there's actual trash. Most of the like, you've got what, Thor: The Dark World? That's actual trash. Okay, do the thing.
Yeah, I know Geek is a little sleepy boy. Thank you guys for watching this episode of the Dueling Fates podcast. Let us know what you think about Shawshank. Are we dumb? Are we stupid? What do you guys think? Next week we'll be talking about Pulp Fiction, the Quentin Tarantino classic. I'm not even trying to say cult classic because it's definitely more of a classic than Shawshank, apparently.
Yeah.
But remember to like, subscribe, do whatever and whatever podcasting format you prefer. But until next week when we talk about Pulp Fiction, bye bye.